What's poppin', mother truckers? I'm becoming attraction, and we back at it like a crack addict with another 2K video. If you guys haven't already, hit the subscribe button, turn on post notifications. We got like daily uploads on this channel. Let's see if we can get this video to 100 likes, and leave a comment down below on what other types of videos you guys want to see. But as always, let's get into the video. Ho ho ho, we got a banger today, boys. We're taking the top 10 players of all time, putting them on random teams, and simming a season. Now, you may be asking how I decided what teams they were on. Here's a look at how I did it. La 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 la. It was completely random, but here's the squads, though. Coming in first, we got Shaquille O'Neal on the Denver Nuggets. He'll be teaming up with Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray. That's a big three of the ages. Then we got Kobe Bryant on the Indiana Pacers. He'll have Domantas Sabonis. He won't really have too much help on this team, but it's Kobe Bryant. Next, we got Tim Duncan on the New York Knicks. He'll have Julius Randle and Derrick Rose to help him out. One of the most consistent players ever on one of the most inconsistent franchises ever. Next, we got Larry Bird on the Minnesota Timberwolves with Karl Anthony Towns, Anthony Edwards, and D'Angelo Russell. This team is going to be a squad. They got firepower. Next, we got Wilt Chamberlain on the Charlotte Hornets with LaMelo Ball. That's Showtime 2.0 if I've ever seen it. Next, we have 99 overall Magic Johnson running the PG for the Miami Heat. He's going to have Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, PJ Tucker. Defensively, this team is going to be a monster. Next, we got Bill Russell on the Clippers, and this team may have the best big three out of the whole game: Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and Bill Russell. Next, we have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on the Trailblazers. He's going to have Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum to help him out. Hopefully this gets Damian Lillard over the hump and he can get a championship. Next, we got LeBron James on the Dallas Mavericks, and he's going to be teaming up with baby LeBron James, Luka Doncic. And then we got the GOAT, Michael Jordan, on the LA Lakers, baby. That's a match made in heaven. With these new additions, all these teams are now squatted up. If I had to pick a team that's going to win it all, though, I got to go with the Nuggets. You got the Twin Towers with Shaquille O'Neal and Jokic, and then you got Jamal Murray, who's a beast of a point guard. You arguably have the greatest scoring center of all time, and then you have the greatest passing center of all time. This is just going to be dominant. Of course, though, there's only one way to find out, so I'm going to simulate to the AllStar break, then I'll be back at you guys. So here we are at the All-Star team selections, and Shaquille O'Neal and Magic Johnson are both the captains. Surely all of the NBA legends make the All-Star team. There's only one way to find out. Once again, though, let's see. And yep, there are a ton of them on this list. And after further examination, don't get me wrong, there are a ton of legends on this list, but I don't see Michael Jordan anywhere. Do you guys? We're officially at the All-Star break now, which is midway through the season, though. And here's a look at the power rankings. So you got Magic Johnson and the Miami Heat at number 1. Then you got that tandem of Shaquille O'Neal and Nikola Jokic at number 2. Surprisingly, the Boston Celtics are doing pretty well, and they don't even have a superstar on the team. Same goes for the Atlanta Hawks. The Lakers with Michael Jordan are 32 and 25, but apparently that doesn't necessarily mean he's played that well. Taking a look at who's in the three-point contest, none of the legends that we put in are in it. I was expecting to see Larry Bird, but I guess not. Damn, Trae Young is sexy. And this is pretty surprising, but Donovan Mitchell beats out Curry and Klay Thompson in the three-point contest. In the dunk contest, still none of the top 10 players of all time. I really don't care about seeing who wins the dunk contest. The animations in this game are shitty anyway, so I'm going to simulate to the end of the season now. And whoa, I was not expecting this, but Magic Johnson of the Miami Heat ends up winning the MVP. He averaged damn near a triple-double, bro. 25 points a game, 9.9 rebounds, basically 10 rebounds, 11.3 assists. That's incredible. 1.5 steals, 1.2 blocks for a point guard. That's crazy. 54% from the field, 92% from the free throw line, 43% from three. Who is this guy? Rookie of the year is Cade Cunningham of the Detroit Pistons. He didn't have a legend on his team. Andre Drummond wins 6th man of the year. Bill Russell wins defensive player of the year. I could definitely see that, considering he's known as consensusly pretty much the greatest big defender of all time. And this is really cool and super interesting. Taking a look at the All-NBA first team, you got Magic Johnson, Luka Doncic, Tim Duncan of the New York Knicks makes it, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Shaquille O'Neal. So Shaq had a dominant season like I predicted. The second team, you got Bradley Beal, Trae Young, then you got LeBron of the Dallas Mavericks, Larry Bird of the Timberwolves, and then Jokic of the Denver Nuggets. So you got Jokic and Shaq making first and second team All-NBA. Then on the third team, you got Donovan Mitchell, Kyrie Irving, Zion Williamson, Domantas Sabonis, and then Wilt Chamberlain of the Charlotte Hornets. So clearly him and LaMelo Ball meshed well. The only two legends to make all-defensive first team, though, were LeBron and Bill Russell. On the all-defensive second team, though, you actually have Larry Bird and Shaq. That's pretty interesting. Not necessarily Shaq, but Larry Bird making all-defensive second team. That's pretty good. Taking a look at who led the league in scoring this year, though, Bradley Beal was actually first with 33 a game. Then right behind him, you have Luka Doncic, cocked. Then you got Donovan Mitchell. Then the first top 10 player of all time on this list is going to be Shaquille O'Neal with 30 points per game. LeBron comes in at 10th with 27 points a game. Then you got Kareem at 15th with 26. But leading the league in rebounding was Shaq at 16 a game. Right behind him, Kareem. Then Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan had a great year. 24 points a game, 16 rebounds, 5 assists. That is unbelievable. Wilt Chamberlain, who's known as the greatest rebounder of all time, averaged 15 a game. And then assists per game, Magic Johnson comes in first at 11. And then right behind him is Nikola Jokic at 10.1 a game. Clearly, he was feeding Shaq that high-low action. Then you got LeBron coming in at third with 10.1 as well. LeBron and Luka were third and fourth in terms of assists in the league, so there's a lot of share in the ball going down in Dallas. Steals per game was Jimmy Butler and then LaMelo Ball. More like steal the ball. Okay, that was bad. I get it. And then blocks per game was Shaq at almost 4 a game. Right behind him, Bill Russell, 3.3. This has been killing me to know, though. What's going on with Michael Jordan, man? Okay, so he actually played really good this year. 27 points per game, 7 rebounds, and almost 8 assists. Considering he didn't make any of the All-NBA teams and he didn't make an All-Star game, I assumed he would have played terrible, but he didn't really. I mean, 27, 7, and 7. That's a totally legit stat line. Larry Bird killed it this year. 25 points a game, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. Damian Lillard actually outscored Kareem, but Kareem had an amazing season, 26 and 16. And I was talking about the Heat defensively earlier, but the Clippers defensively with Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and Bill Russell, that might be the best defensive team in the league. Kind of surprised LaMelo Ball only averaged 8.5 assists a game with Wilt Chamberlain and then the rest of the weapons that he has. Another player that was really quiet this season, didn't really get any accolades, was Kobe Bryant. 27 points a game, though, 7 assists, 5 rebounds. I mean, he had a solid season. This Pacers team is just so freaking bad. This is pretty cool, though. Of the 10 teams that got a player added to them, only 3 of them didn't make the playoffs. Unfortunately, it was Kobe and the Pacers, Tim Duncan and the New York Knicks. Even Tim Duncan ain't lifting that shit show up. And then Larry Bird and the Minnesota Timberwolves couldn't quite get them into the playoffs. As we take a look at the matchups, though, we have some interesting ones. The Clippers will be taking on the Lakers, which means we're going to see a matchup between Michael Jordan and Kawhi Leonard. Portland taking on New Orleans will be interesting. We'll get to see Zion Williamson try and guard Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. In the Eastern Conference, though, only 2 teams that had players added to them made the playoffs. You got the Miami Heat and Magic Johnson, and then you got Wilt Chamberlain and the Charlotte Hornets. So let's go ahead and simulate the first round and see exactly what the hell happens. And the Sixers have been eliminated. That's just the team I'm controlling, but okay, so this is who we're stuck with. So you got the Clippers barely edging out Michael Jordan and the Lakers in 7 games. And then this is a shocker. The Dallas Mavericks with LeBron and Luka end up losing to the Utah Jazz. Portland easily sweeps New Orleans, and then Denver obviously pretty much handily wins against Memphis. Then both Magic Johnson and Wilt Chamberlain advance to the next rounds. And Michael Jordan did all he could in game 7 against the Clips. He had 25 points, 11 assists on 50% shooting, but just like real life Anthony Davis shits the fucking bed with 9 points on 3 for 8 shooting. And then this is shocking too, is the Mavericks with LeBron and Luka end up losing in 7 games to a team that didn't have any players added to them in the Utah Jazz. LeBron did good, 28 points, 8 rebounds, 10 assists. He only shot 33% from the field though. Luka Doncic did pretty well, but it just wasn't enough, I guess. What did Donovan Mitchell had? Donovan Mitchell had 39 points and 11 assists on 15 for 21. Holy moly. In the closeout game for the Nuggets, Shaq had 33 points and 16 rebounds, and Jokic had 27 points, 11 rebounds, and 11 assists. They're winning the championship. I'm calling it.
A few moments later.
Portland sweeps Denver? I was so wrong, dude. I completely underestimated Damian Lillard and Kareem. And then over here, Wilt Chamberlain and the Hornets end up losing to Giannis and the Bucks. Giannis came out there with something to prove, obviously. Miami Heat still steamrolling. And Trae Young averaged 38 points per game in his series. But of the active players left, it looks like Damian Lillard is leading the charge with 32 points a game. And Kareem is going stupid. 27 points a game, 13.5 rebounds in the playoffs. That's legit. How did Denver lose this series so bad, though? Jokic only had 10 points, though. He shot 4 for 16. That's how they lost. So for our final 4, though, we got Bill Russell and the Clippers taking on Kareem and the Trailblazers. And then we got the Heat and Magic Johnson taking on Giannis and the Bucks. Let's simulate the conference finals round and see what happens. And we are going to have a Heat versus Clippers finals matchup, man. And they both won pretty easy. Clippers won 4-1, and then the Heat won 4-0. We know what the finals are, though. Let's go ahead and simulate this game by game. The Heat win game 1. Clippers win game 2. Heat win game 3. Heat win game 4, and the Heat win game 5. Magic Johnson ends up elevating the Miami Heat into a championship caliber team in his first season there. That's something LeBron couldn't even do. And Magic Johnson ends up winning finals MVP, averaging a triple-double in the finals, 27 points a game, 10 rebounds, 11 assists, 2 steals. And if you ask me, Magic Johnson wasn't put in any better of a situation than a lot of the players that we added in, man. He just did the most with what he had. Some of these players had legitimate bona fide super teams. The only other star that Magic Johnson had really was Jimmy Butler. And this was an extremely interesting experiment. As we see, Magic Johnson and the Miami Heat end up taking it home. That's all I have for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, hit the subscribe button, though, hit the like button, and also leave a comment down below on what other videos you guys want to see. I could do shit like this all day, man. This stuff is so interesting to me, and I know you guys enjoy it. But most importantly, I just want to say, go chase your dreams today, man. Work hard, do one thing new, you get you one step closer to where you want to be in life. But I just want to say thank you so much for the support on the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'm becoming attraction.